What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mr. Hurricane, and this is the undrafted, the worst undrafted, quarterback experiment on Madden 20. I'm trying to turn Rhett Sheffield into a Super Bowl champion, and to this point, we've made it to the postseason twice now, and we've won one playoff game. I thought maybe in year two we'd just get this done early, have this incredible speedrun benchmark, but no. Here we are, years later, and now Sheffield is 28, about to hit that wonderful age of 29 in Madden, which means regression is going to happen. He's not a high-level quarterback to begin with, which means the difficulty for this challenge is about to really ramp up. This is the last year, you could look at it this way, on this specific difficulty, which is your quarterback is getting better but not worse difficulty. We're coming off the worst season of this experiment, finishing with 4 wins, and we have the #1 selection in the upcoming draft. I need to find a way to turn this around this coming year. We had a terrible defense last season. We had Luke Kuechly retired just at the end of last episode. Basically, there were like 2 good things that happened in last episode. We somehow got lucky where Matthew Whitaker became superstar dev at the end of the season. And on the offensive side, we have Rashad Clemens playing well, although he missed his upgrade chance. We had 2 receivers with upgrade chances last episode, and they both had 0 catches in their games. Like, what is the chance of that happening? I've got to make some big things happen today. I do have one idea that I've just been curious about from the start of this series. It's kind of a break in case of emergency idea. It may be unleashed today. We'll see. We begin with our free agents today, and nothing really interesting happened here. Didn't re-sign too many players. I did want to re-sign Isaac Marshall because he was good last season, but he declined the fair offer. He'll test free agency, and very few players ended up signing anyway. We signed 3 players who are all backup caliber. The way I look at it here, we could use some serious offensive line upgrades. I feel like I say that every year now, but I need to find some offensive line help. We can also look for a playmaker. I shouldn't just be set because we have some pretty good players. If I have a chance at a difference-making receiver, I should try to make something happen. I'm also just very curious of what kind of trade offers I could potentially get for Raheem Jennings. He has X Factor Dev, he's an 85 overall, but I don't think that he's really done a ton on this team besides be just a solid player. I don't feel like we're getting that X Factor play from him. It looks like we get a moderate amount of sacks, and with all these tackles, I'd guess he's pretty good in run defense as well. But I'm still just curious what kind of offers would be out there. I can also look at cornerback. I'm not sure this is going to be good enough for week 1. I mean, I have to look at making some changes. We had like the 32nd ranked defense last year, so we've got to find some difference makers. And free agency usually has a few solutions out there. We'll see what's the case today with our 50 mil in cap space. It's time to make something happen. And George Kittle is available. So is Travis Kelce. Those are the top 2 star tight ends, then Mark Andrews, who's really good. Tight end was one of the very few success stories of our season a year ago, but I wouldn't mind adding another one potentially. At wide receiver, the best we can do is Andy Isabella. I don't think I'll make an offer for him. McCole Hardman offers us plenty of speed. Isabella would be fine, but I don't think he's enough of a difference maker. We're going to start here at tight end then. Kittle is better than Kelce, but Kelce I think would be easier to get a deal done with, and I think he'll retire after 1 season. I've made a 110-point bid here for Travis Kelce. This hopefully will be enough to bring him here. Artavius Short, star dev, 25 years old, absolutely. I want to bring him to this team. He's a good run blocker. Pass blocking needs a little work, but I like that he has star dev and he's only 25. I mean, he's a rare tackle on the open market here, I feel, so this will be another aggressive move. I wouldn't mind a year of Brandon Linder. I still want to take a center, but if we draft Linder, we don't have to attack center super early in a class where I'd rather not be drafting center. I pick at number 1 and 33 today. I tried signing Lindell Stanton last episode. He must have gotten released. I'm guessing that season didn't work out too much. I wouldn't mind some better depth either. Like, a lot of our backups still have to play some snaps, and if I improve our depth, then maybe that helps out somewhat. So let's try to bring in Matthew Ioannidis. This might not work, but I can probably come back to this in round 2 and see who's left, so we can have some pretty good depth. We could also use a kicker. Carson Rafano has the best blend of power and accuracy available, so we'll give him a competitive 2-year offer, but not that competitive. We gotta drop that down at least a little bit here, get under like $3 million a season, I'd say. That's more like it. I highly doubt this works, but we do need a new backup quarterback this year, so Russell Wilson gets the contract offer. I feel good about those contract offers. I feel like I did a good job. Now let's see if there are some good headlines here accepted by Brandon Linder, and I can scroll. Kelsey's here, short, Rafano, Russ Ioannidis, yes! A 6-for-6 start to free agency. This means I could look at trading Moten now and not have to worry about our starting 5. I think that is pretty much set. We brought back Sarah with a contract, and then Tom Wallner last year, he allowed either 1 or 0 sacks in all those snaps that he played. So we're going to stick with those good results. He's also a scheme fit, so very happy that worked out, at least for him a year ago. Still looking at some defensive upgrades, but what I did here on offense makes it easier to aggressively attack defense in this draft. I wouldn't mind another receiver potentially. Like, Hardman hasn't had these great seasons. I've been expecting more the last couple of years, especially when it comes to big plays. The yardage has dropped for 3 consecutive seasons, and I want to be prepared in case there's a 4th. I still need a starter at off-ball linebacker for sure defensively, but otherwise I feel like I can go for the best values. Oh wow, an open market quarterback deal that got the 30+ mil a season. You don't normally see high-rated quarterbacks hit the open market, so that's pretty interesting to see. 87 overall. I'm not doing great when it comes to cap space right now. We just had a lot of successes there, but I'll try to bring in Sean Dion Hamilton just as some linebacker depth, and in case I can't address it in the draft the way I would like to. We currently have the number 1 pick in the draft. We also have the top pick in the 2nd, the 8th pick of the 2nd, and then we get the second to last pick in the 2nd round. So a lot of good top 100 selections for us. And I forgot to show you all the board going into the end of the episode last time out. So I want to show you some of the possibilities. The top player on the board is Kent Choice. I don't think I would consider going at inside linebacker for number 1, but Choice would be a very good choice. Jeffrey Lynn here from Arizona State, solid guard. Do I want to go that route with the way our offensive line is? Not sure. Richie Holt, that's certainly intriguing. Early round 1 wide receiver, that'd be a great way to boost the offense, but it's the defense that needs some help. Choice would definitely fill the greatest need. Anthony Moore is a good pass rusher. Do I need to go edge rusher after a double-digit sack season from Daniel Finney? I'm not sure if pass rush is what I want to do. The top corners might be something to consider, though. Willis Sherrod from Washington State. He might be my favorite option here. Taven Lockhart, 4th round player, 1st round talent, though. Wow, that would be a really nice pick to make later on in the draft. Sean Dion Hamilton has accepted the contract offer, and we have 5th-year option decisions. Tony Smart, who is currently our number 1 corner. I do want to pick up his 5th-year option. I have almost no cap space, but that's not going to stop me from offering a deal to Arik Armstead. But it's going to be tough to get this to work. I'd like to bring in another interior rusher. I just want to get more pass rush. I've been thinking about making defensive tackle Raheem Jennings more of a rotational player. He's just not a top tier pass rusher, and his overall for rush defensive tackle isn't that high. And I've wondered, like, would it be better to find someone else that could fit that role with a bit higher overall? I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. He's only a 75 there. Arik Armstead has accepted the contract. I could have him take over that interior spot. I'm just curious if his rush defensive tackle overall would be higher. And it won't show me here. Matt Ioannidis could actually play that role as well, but Armstead would have the same overall there. Could just play Ioannidis. He has pretty good power and finesse, which is kind of intriguing. And his run defense is probably adequate as well. I think I'd have to be really impressed by an offer to trade Jennings. So let's just take a look here at the offers. 3rd round pick, 457. Well, they're not going to be giving me any amazing offers here, it looks like, for Jennings. A manual trade could probably get more. Time to begin the 2026 NFL Draft, everybody. Let's go. We are on the clock at number 1. I'm interested in the trade down offers. Minnesota, oh, that's the round 1 next year. I could drop to 4 and pick up next year's 1 and 2 from Washington. Are you kidding me? That would be incredible. Wow, that is going to be really difficult to decline. I think I know what I want to do. Right now, I really like the idea of taking Willis Sherrod. Cornerback, you know, is a fairly deep position here, but I want a top-tier player, and Sherrod is one of the better top-tier players, I think, in the entire class. Does have that early first-round talent. His projection is mid-1, so could we get him at 4 potentially? I think so. I think it also helps that there are other corners ranked higher than him, including some that have good talent projections. At inside linebacker or off-ball linebacker, Kent Choice is another elite option, but later on, we have pass coverage players, Desmond Page, Leroy Callaway. That's the archetype I like to look for, either that or run, not run stopper, but field general. So that would be an option. At wide receiver, Richie Holt, very good. I'm really interested, though, in Devron Blanton and Roshan Sutton. And they could be picked up in the draft later on. Say Sherrod goes. What's the next plan? Well, there are even more first-round corners. Steve Abbott, mid-first-round talent. Kirby Sheffield's a mid-first-round talent. So there are plenty of chances to address that spot if we get unlucky. But picking up a 1 and 2 next year to have a really nice draft, maybe back-to-back years to get this done, like, I love the sound of that. So if I drop to 4, it'd be Washington, Pittsburgh, New England. Do they have needs at corner? Pittsburgh, maybe, but it's number 4 on their needs. How is their corner situation? It's not great. And then we have New England needing a corner pretty badly. But they also need quarterback and receiver. If I go corner first, though, that allows me to play Monroe in the slot. Holton Hill can be good depth or traded. Tony Smart still the number 1. No matter what, if I drop to 4, I can get an early first-round talent, whether it's Sherrod or any of these top 3 players here at linebacker, guard, receiver. So let's make the move. The 1st and 2nd round pick next year, that is just so much to get here, to barely go down. So let's see if I still get the cornerback that I want. Kent Choice goes number 1, inside linebacker. Now Pittsburgh, Jeffrey Lynn, the guard, and the Patriots, who need quarterback, go Richie Holt, which means the player I wanted is there. We start by addressing defense with an elite level athlete and talent who's only 21. I gotta think he's gonna have hidden dev. Willis Sherrod is the pick, 81 overall. No way. No way. 81. I don't think I've ever drafted an 81 overall player. Wow, 76 is really good in this game, and I just drafted an 81. That would be elite in Madden 19 when the overall scale was different. This is incredible. That'll help the secondary. I like to see how this first round develops a bit now. I'm definitely interested in trading up, but obviously, to move up here, very expensive. Anthony Moore is next. Morgan Greenwood, a very steep overall drop with these selections. Wow. 81 overall corner, though. He's 10 overall better than other first-round corners. The gap was that wide. I'm trying to move up to 17. I think the 3 and 4 is about as much as I'm willing to offer in this spot. Can't quite get it done at this pick. I think I can sim another one safely. Sharif Bernard is not who I was targeting, so let's try to get a deal done here and leapfrog New Orleans. Same package of picks, and it's even worse here, so do I give up more? Yeah, this is just going to be too much here. I tried to package in the lower 2 with a 4, which, round numbers is one of the most overrated things when it comes to draft trades because, the value at pick 10 compared to pick 30 is immensely different, but because that 30th pick is called the first round pick, it's going to be considered to be super valuable, but it's actually significantly less valuable. But we have a pick at 63 in the second round, 65 in the third round, so I was definitely willing to give this up, but I don't think I'm willing to give up 40 right now. Alright, neither team has this player or this position as a major need, so I want to sim 2 picks here. And Steve Abbott is taken, good corner, and Leonard Locke, not the player I was targeting. We have given up a 3 and 4 to Kansas City, so we package up 3 top 100 picks to move up to 20. And here, this may not be the most popular decision. You've seen what I've been trying to do this offseason, and I'm going for another interior pass rusher, Mike Haynes. He's an early round 1 talent, and I want more pass rush. We are selecting Haynes, who is a 75 overall hidden dev defensive tackle. He's actually got the run stopper archetype here. Wait a minute. His player profile says power rusher, but his main archetype says run stopper. Either way, very strong, very good power moves, and I would intend on him having the chance to be the rush defensive tackle. I've been really trying to bulk that position up this offseason. We still have our other second round pick at number 8, so there's a chance to get even more value out of this class. I'm not looking to trade up now. I had a 4-player class last episode, and I'd like to get a more fleshed out draft class this time. Some good talent going here, bottom of round 1, after definitely some misses earlier on. A couple good tight ends. I think the main thing here is I don't want there to be a run on receivers. I'm interested in that position in the second round. A few are going, though. I don't think it's the players I'm targeting, though. A running back off the board. Roshan Sutton goes to the Vikings, and he may have been the pick here. Devron Blanton goes, so that's a bad outcome. But those receivers didn't have high overalls, so I think it's okay. Maybe this is a little early, but I didn't like the trade down options, and this is the spot, I think, to go and draft Joey Allen. He skipped the combine. I've had pretty good luck with players that skip the combine. Good run blocking. Want to have an offensive lineman on the roster for Linder's retirement or departure. So we're going offense now. It's a reach, but by 2 slots. 68 overall, normal dev. So certainly needs a lot of development, unfortunately, but that's what you get in the second round. I do know what I want to do bottom 2. I think, I could have gone Noah Burks. I'm not sure I had him fully scouted. I want to go linebacker, and I think that's the spot to take a linebacker. So at 31, hopefully get the right player. And here we are, bottom of round 2. We now have no third round picks, so it's our only selection to make for a while. And I'm really interested here in linebacker Leroy Callaway. I think he'd be a day 1 starter. I love that awareness is in his top 3. He had a good combine. I think he has probably good run stopping ability as well with the tackling and the higher strength. So he's going to be our selection right here. Callaway, 68 overall. He will need a little work, probably a perfect player to put as a focus player this season, but I definitely like the talent adding to our defense. Not a ton left here on the draft board, and we've addressed defense now 3 times. So what to do here, top 4. We're going to trade out of this for a future 3 instead. I don't think there's anything I want to do at this spot. Now is where I'm going to draft a wide receiver. With our other 4th round pick, we stay, and Delvin McAllister is going to be the selection. I don't think he'll be like a star talent or anything, but hands, short route running, decent combine all around, good depth receiver to take here middle of the draft, and it's a good value as well. McAllister is a slot receiver with pretty good speed, acceleration, certainly needs some development, but a good pick for this spot in the draft. We address linebacker again with a reach on Orlando Wood here in the 5th round. He was just one of the only players on the board that had decent talent available. And with our final pick, we're going safety here. I do scout some undrafted players now because I want to have players actually on the board later on. I don't want the entire board to be wiped out after the middle of the 4th round. So Isaac Bowden is going to be our pick here from Texas Tech. And it's a solid selection in the 6th round to conclude this draft. I am pretty happy with this offseason and very excited to sim another year. I can't believe Willis Sherrod was an 81 overall. I was expecting like 76. On top of that, we also got another interior pass rusher, so that should hopefully be better this season. I want to be a much better defense, and I've certainly done a lot to turn it around. Getting some key upgrades here before the season. Brendan Young will continue to get more playing time. Has he always had star development? Now I'm curious. I can't remember. He made it to the Pro Bowl. I must have missed that. So he did get star dev off of the extra playing time a year ago. So that was also a plus. I just missed that. We are also upgrading Tom Woolner. I am making him a focus player because I just want a little extra boost for the offensive line. And Woolner was very good a year ago. Sheffield had 5 touchdowns, 2 picks, just like the previous preseason. The numbers are definitely solid across the board. For the running game, this is definitely positive. Maybe the offensive line is much better this season. I like these results. And in the passing game, Barry Rainey, back-to-back preseason MVP. Not too bad. Not too many sacks allowed here overall for the team. Daniel Monroe, 27 tackles to lead the team. For sacks, Daniel Finney had 4 after leading the team a year ago. And then for interceptions, Leroy Callaway, how about that? Quick impact. It's a brand new season, everybody, and I'm feeling pretty good about this team right now. I made a lot of moves this offseason to make this team better. And now Rhett Sheffield has an improved offensive line, I believe, in front of him. We have Travis Kelce now on the team. What kind of impact will that bring? I think the offense should be much better. And defensively, with the addition of Willis Sherrod, that really helps out the defense. We also get more interior rush. And with the development boost to Whitaker and Young, I don't see why we can't be a much better team this year and compete for the postseason. So let's get it going. High scoring loss in overtime is how the season begins, which is how last season began as well. Will Grier. So every former Panther quarterback is having great games against us, I guess. Cam did it twice a year ago. Now Will Grier with 3 touchdown passes. Looks like they ran the ball well. So did we, but they get it done. Travis Kelce, 90 yards in his debut. DJ Moore had a touchdown. Hopefully we don't lose a lot of these high-scoring games again. I think this defense should be a lot better. Gave up 3 sacks with Artavius Short, the new left tackle. And defensively, Ellison, Beckwith. We did get some pass rush, Blanton and Finney as well. Hopefully we bounce back. I'm glad we're getting upgrades here for our defense. We need them still. Alejandro Martinez is one of our 3rd down linebackers now, a sub linebacker. He's our highest overall rated linebacker on the roster, and I'm going to be working on his coverage. Now that's what I'm talking about. 31-7. Those are the kinds of games I want to see us play. 2 scores here for Sheffield, 1 for Connor Gallagher. No more Cam Newton here. Maybe he retired. We had 6 sacks on the day. We ran the ball well, got 2 touchdowns for Melton, who is not the power back. But DJ Moore, 78 yards for him. A score for Kelce, a score for Clemens. And how about this defense then? A lot of production there, it seems. In the sack department, 1 for Ellison. Kadarius Conrad at safety. And we get the chance to break out Kadarius Conrad. Okay, this will be tough though. He plays safety. So getting sacks, tackles for loss, not as likely as other positions. But he only needs 1. Okay. That's certainly doable then. Delonte Beckwith already has a couple sacks to start the year after 5 as a rookie. He gets the upgrade. And of course, Leroy Callaway. He's not starting quite yet. I don't think he's ready, but he is a focus player and getting closer. Yes, we start 2-1. This is good. 28-21. 2 scores for Rhett Sheffield. Sacked 3 times in this game. And another good rushing performance. That's 3 for 3 now to start the season. Don't know why it's working that way. Also, congrats to Julian Goodwell. 3 carries, 3 touchdowns. Very impressed with that. On the passing side of things, DJ Moore, big day. Rashad Clemens, nice game as well. Not much for Kelce in this one. Looks like Short's already given up at least 5 sacks, by the way, which is unfortunate, but he's 25, star dev. He will continue to start. Daniel Finney had another sack. Ioannidis had 2. So maybe adding some better depth is something I should have been doing more often. Kadarius Conrad's breakout chance. It did not work. I feel like I have such a low hit rate on those. It's time, everybody. Rhett Sheffield's only upgrade of the season, I'd imagine. 75 overall, the best we've seen. Okay. Awareness, medium accuracy. I doubt we ever see him higher unless morale kicks in. It's at 52. I think once it gets to 60 or so, we have a shot. But we gotta keep winning. Tough game against the good team. We lose and drop the 2-2. So Cleveland wins 21-14. 2 touchdowns for Sheffield, 2 for Mayfield. So just a overall pretty good game. Just can't get it done. But I still feel that at 2-2, I feel very different about this team compared to a season ago when I believe we also began 2-2. I think we actually have a chance to be pretty good. And what is it with early buys in this game? I really feel like there's something in the scheduling that's off because I never get a bye week that's before the trade deadline. Never. We go extra preparation. I want more experience. I know that hurts the morale. Wow, only 300 this time. Alright, that wasn't worth it. Another overtime loss. 2 in our first 5 weeks, and it's to a division rival. 2 scores for Sheffield, 3 for Jameis Winston. We've got to win more of these close games. McCaffrey, another good rushing day. Like, the running game is the best it's been in a long time. But we're just not getting the wins right now. We're 2-3. Brian Burns, 1.5 sacks against us. I wonder how he's been doing outside of Carolina, as Sherrod has 2 picks. Brian Burns never got to double-digit sack production with us. He did set a career high, though, leaving the team and going to the Bucks, and he's off to a strong start now this season. Willis Sherrod, up to 82 overall. His first upgrade gets him a little tackle, zone coverage, and awareness. We'll know his development after one more game. Rashad Clemens, still upgrading him with the slot archetype. He's up to 78 now. Not much of a boost there. That's a weird one. But overall, skill set's solid. And another upgrade for Mike Haynes. He's up to 78 overall, working on that pass rushing. We're 2-3. I feel that we're a little better than our record indicates right now, but can we prove that against the 5-0 Bears team? Maybe I'm right about this team. 17-7, we get a big win, a very quality win. Brett Sheffield, a touchdown, no interceptions. He's protecting the football this year, and it was the first time, really, we've struggled to run the football. McCaffrey is frustrated after this game, but I'm glad we got the win. That was certainly one we had to get. Had to show we could beat a quality team. I like that we're getting some good pass rush, too, and interceptions. I think we had 4 of those like a year ago. McCaffrey's frustrated, but what we're going to do is just work on morale for everybody else. We're not going to promise him the football. We'll do whatever it takes to get the win, like we did last game. So, morale boost for the offense. Not sure if that's yet helping out Sheffield. DJ Moore had a similar one just recently, and I did the same exact thing. Saw the morale boost everybody else gets. Sheffield's at 58, not yet feeling those effects of positive morale. Tom Wallner upgrading again, now 82 overall. This is now the 3rd time this season that we have held a team to exactly 7 points. The defense is showing some really good signs of improvement as we defeat Atlanta. Sheffield again protects the football. McCaffrey finds the end zone twice. And the passing game probably isn't producing as much as I thought they would. We haven't really seen big receiving outcomes or anything. We're playing a lot more low-scoring games, it feels like now. Love seeing 3 sacks for Delonte Beckwith. Nice. Artavius Short is a better run blocker than pass blocker, and maybe that's helping McCaffrey have a better start to the season, but we've got to do a better job eliminating those sacks. No surprise that Beckwith is getting better, and at this rate, maybe he gets a breakout chance soon or can earn one with a high sack count. So far, what kind of numbers does he have? Already more sacks than his rookie year. Yeah, this is great. There we go, 5-3. I felt like this team was so close to getting better. We actually had an interception for Sheffield in this game, but we still get the win. Running game doing better. I love the offensive line changes I made this offseason. We're a pretty good running team right now. We're not throwing for a lot of yards, but we found a winning formula, so very pleased with that. And meanwhile, the defense has been so much better. We had 2 sacks in this game, which is pretty low for our season thus far. We're going to go rest over preparation here for the Thursday night game. I just want more morale. I want to try getting the boost there in ratings. What just happened? 44-10? After all the good games our defense played, Dwayne Haskins, he is really good in the series. 4 touchdowns for him. I'm guessing the ground game wasn't too kind to us either. Darius Geis, 162. All right. So just a rock bottom game then for the defense and a tough loss. Wow, 4 sacks allowed for Short. Now we show that we can put up some points. Okay, 43-26. This game launches us into first place in the division. So we have a good shot at going to the postseason this year, and I think we have a winning formula that might be able to even have success in the postseason. We're doing a lot of things well right now with the running game and our defense. This is nice. Breakout player chance. Who do we got? It's Tony Smart, who had 2 interceptions last game. So what does it take for a corner to break out? 2 of those? Ooh, that is difficult. The defense is young. Last year was challenging, but these players continue to improve. Brendan Young with the field general upgrade. Again, we upgrade the coverage of Alejandro Martinez. That's a good boost. Starting edge rusher Daniel Finney. Let's go run stopper right now. His speed rusher's already pretty solid. 7-4 after this victory over Pittsburgh. We've now won 4 of 5. Offense, again, doesn't have a huge day passing, but this is a much better winning formula. When we can run the football this dominantly with Christian McCaffrey, I think this has a chance to be his best rushing season of the entire series. We're allowing a lot of sacks. That's definitely a weakness, but we've gotten to 7-4. I'm pretty happy with what we're seeing so far. Oh, he got it! Tony Smart! Yes, superstar dev. I forgot to check his stats for the game. Clearly he got it done. I need to take a look at that box score again. I didn't think he could pull it off. Finally, we got one to go our way. What did Tony Smart do? Interception, tackle for loss. That is so lucky. Now we have a superstar corner. And I also drafted a couple players who had that hidden development. So why don't we go to our lineup screen here and hopefully get some good news. Here's how the offense looks right now. But the defense, we have Sherrod with superstar, Smart with superstar, and Whitaker. Still waiting on Haynes, who is getting some pass rush snaps, but not quite as many as the other players are. 3 sacks for him. Not sure why it didn't have Young starting here, but I fixed that issue. That's really weird how it resets certain positions. The Panthers are 8-4. The playoffs are so close. There we go. 3 touchdowns. Rhett Sheffield. Malik Melton had a rushing touchdown. We are running the ball so much better this season. By the way, the idea I had that was kind of like, you know, a last resort for this series, while I still had Christian McCaffrey, one thing I was interested in is playing him at wide receiver in the slot. And I took a look because running backs, you can just put them in the slot if you want to by default. McCaffrey becomes like an 81 overall slot receiver. I don't think that would lead to like incredible production. He's 82 right now, but that's just something I had considered. What I think I'd like to do right now, though, is play DJ Moore there and just see if we can get him a little extra production to help out the offense. I wonder if that would be a good idea. Top corner Tony Smart gets the upgrade in development and now is an 85 overall, and he just got faster. Cal Sarah gets a boost here, and I see Morale is now playing a role. That's boosting his overall by 1. The Panthers keep winning. 17-10, another low-scoring game. How about 4 interceptions for our defense? We didn't run the ball at an elite level, but it was definitely solid. Passing game, not doing a ton. But how about this defense? Interceptions for Tony Smart. He gets 2 more. I wonder if he could earn X Factor, because he has at least 4 this season. He has a shot to lead the league. 10 victories on the year, 38-24. Panthers win again. 2 touchdowns allowed, 1 touchdown, 1 pick for Sheffield. A lot of yards here for Kerryon Johnson, and 3 scores for Malik Melton. But we get it done again. We've now won, I think, 5 or 6 games in a row. I haven't forgotten about contract negotiations. I just wanted the season to develop a little bit. There are certainly a lot of players to consider right now, so let's start with some of the most important ones. First of all, the fair offer here for Matthew Whitaker I think is way too low, so I would love to get him under contract here for 3 seasons. That'd be a great way to start. I also like the development we've seen from Brendan Young, and I'll be offering him a 3-year deal as well. That's a good start. I do have to consider some really big deals, though. For DJ Moore, he wants about $100 million, and I want to get a deal done. I think what I'll do is I'll wait to see how bad regression is, see what the new fair offer is, offer that. If that doesn't work, then franchise tag. But you know what would be even better? Is if I just win the Super Bowl this season and don't have to worry about any of these contracts. I would like to sign Christian McCaffrey, though, and we do, to a 3-year contract. He won't be going anywhere. The 98 overall will definitely stay high through regression years. Jennings, I'm not sure about. I know he's a superstar, but he hasn't played like one. And then Moten, Linder, they're just too old right now to give a contract to, not knowing the regression. McCole Hardman, I don't think I want to go this high. Kadarius Conrad, not sure, but he's 24. Still has a lot of time to keep getting better, so intrigued. I wouldn't mind getting a deal done, and Conrad does sign, so I like this start to free agency. 4 players get deals done. We can wait on the rest. Yet another win as we have clinched the NFC South. It has been an amazing episode. Rhett Sheffield, 2 more touchdowns. McCaffrey with a huge Week 16 game. It'll be fun to see some of the stats after this because the passing game took a step back and the running game is now shining. Delonte Beckwith is probably going to be a Pro Bowler. We could rest some players in Week 17. I'll have to see if there is a first-round bye on the line because I obviously want that. We don't have the best record in the league, and we certainly have a lot to play for in Week 17. Giants and Cowboys are each 11-4, so no, we can't afford to rest anybody here. We end the season against the 13-2 Ravens. What better way to say we're ready for the postseason than a dominant win that gets us a first-round bye? We did it! 12-4 to finish the year. Panthers earn a first-round bye, and we have a statement-making win. This might actually happen this year. We might be able to complete the challenge. What an episode. The whole team gains a +20 morale boost. This is awesome. So it looks like next episode I'll go through the playoffs. If we make it to the Super Bowl, I'd even watch it next episode. So either it's going to be a big episode because we watch the Super Bowl, or because I have to go through another offseason and get going on to the next season. Delonte Beckwith earns a couple boosts, though. Awesome to see his season go as well as it did. Can't wait to check stats here in a moment. We've turned this secondary around. It was very young, but now with development boosts and key draft pick today on Willis Sherrod, things are certainly looking up. Sherrod just became a scheme fit, by the way. I was working on that all year. So who does it all open against next time then? We'll pick it up against the New Orleans Saints, a division foe. Sounds good to me. We'll have some messages here to go through and a little more upgrading prior to this game. Kadarius Conrad. Let's go with the zone archetype. Got him under contract, and that is a pretty good boost right there. I love getting the speed upgrade. So how about that? Best season by far of the series so far. 16th ranked offense, 12th ranked defense. Rhett Sheffield, 25 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Definitely a strong year for him. Currently a 78 overall, the highest he's ever played at. Wow. That's really cool. I love seeing that. We have a shot to win the Super Bowl this year. I think it can happen. What a run it would be if we could pull this off after being the worst team last year. Christian McCaffrey had an amazing season. We had 12 touchdowns also for Malik Melton. But for McCaffrey, definitely his best year in a long time. DJ Moore still got his 1,000 yards, and then we had 3 more players over 1,000. One of the issues we have if we don't win the Super Bowl is that Hardman, Kelsey, Clemens, they might not be here next year. Hardman and Clemens have expiring contracts, and I'm just not sure about signing them yet. I'd like to win the Super Bowl and just not worry about it, though. That's my whole idea right now. Tough year for short and pass pro, but with the star dev and some boosts, I want to work on it. His pass blocking is supposed to be a weakness, and I like to think that his run blocking strengths are certainly helping the offense a lot. And then our defense. We end up with Delonte Beckwith at 12.5 sacks, and the interception leader is Tony Smart with 6. Did Smart lead the league? No, he did not. But at number 2, I think he might have a chance for a boosted development at the Super Bowl week. We'll have to see. He made it to the Pro Bowl, though, that's for sure. So what does everybody think going into next episode? Will that be the finale? Will that be all we need to get this wrapped up? It was one incredible year. I think we have a very complete team, and the defense has been so much better. We have some real difference makers out there, and I can't wait to see what we're able to pull off next episode. Let me know if you think we can win the Super Bowl next time in the series. I will see you all then. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Have a great day, everybody.